If you've never heard of Florence Foster Jenkins, let me read you this. Mrs. Florence Foster Jenkins, the noted if controversial coloratura soprano, gave the most celebrated concert of her career on October 25, 1944 at Carnegie Hall. Scalpers were peddling tickets at $20. More than 2,000 people were turned away, and police were in attendance to keep out gatecrashers, all to hear a concert by a 76-year-old woman who could not carry a tune and had no sense of rhythm. She was one of the great jokes of the time. Some of her performances were simply an audience laughing from beginning to end. She was undaunted, never thought of herself in any way but the most serious fashion, believed the laughers were singers who were jealous of her success. One of the reviewers loved to carry on the joke, writing things like, "Mrs. Florence Foster Jenkins gave her usual riveting performance in better voice than ever. Her attitude was at all times that of a singer who performed her task to the best of her ability." Other reviewers were more truthful. Her singing was hopelessly lacking in any semblance of pitch, and she was undaunted by the composer's intent. She was notorious for high notes that continued to rise beyond her ability to make them heard. The listeners would watch while Mrs. Jenkins continued to sing without any sound whatsoever. After a while, the music would return to the lower registers, and she would return from the void. She was dubbed the First Lady of the Sliding Scale. Her career began when she was 41 years old, and her father, who had refused to let her go to Europe when she was 17 and study music professionally, died. She had never let that early dream die. With the money she inherited, she began to stage her own concerts, hiring halls, paying all the costs, with the proceeds usually going to charities, often to needy young artists. She had many admirers, among them Enrico Caruso, who felt that her spirit was unique. When she was asked how she felt about her bad reviews, she said, "Some may say I could not sing, but no one can say I did not sing."